Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I like to comment on the videos. I like to make funny comments. Sometimes I think I'm like a funny guy. So anyway, I'm watching this one RayWilliamJohnson, the other lady, and this guy video. And they do these videos called Runaway Thoughts, and sometimes I just listen to them, like I'm listening to a radio while I'm like doing shit. So anyway, in this video, there are a couple of things. I actually made a couple of comments, and let's see. One of the comments was, well, one of the things they said, like, if you could swap body parts with an animal, what animal would it be? And I commented, if I could swap body parts with an animal, it would be with a horse. And it would be the penis, because I'm not selfish and I'm always thinking about the ladies. Thought that was humorous. Look, it even got a 1 thumbs up. Anyway, and then, I don't know, I was watching the video and deeper in someone... one of the questions I got from people that send questions and things for them to think about and talk about was, like, if the world was overpopulated and it was up to you to get rid of, like, a certain part of the population that you thought weren't effective, and you just wipe them out and it would be done with it, like, who would you choose, right? And everybody chose somebody. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter, right? So, again, I was trying to be funny, right? I commented that if the world got incredibly overpopulated, I think the politicians and the lawyers should be the first to go. And the reason I did that is because I was making a joke. Everybody says, oh, I hate lawyers, I hate politicians, right? So anyway, I got a reply from someone, not a lot of, not a lot of interest. I got like 1 thumbs up, right? But I got a reply from someone named, it's like Dirty Paul, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's spelled P-O-U-L. Anyway, he's like, all like, why? Why? If the world got overpopulated, I would rather have homeless, jobless, act to go first, because they don't do anything productive for the world. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's the easy route to go, like, homeless, criminals, jobless, act. But, it's like, why are you sticking up for the lawyers and the politicians? I'm trying to be funny. You messed me up. So I commented back, well, if you want to go that route, then I choose old people, because they are about to die anyway. And then babies, because they don't even realize that they are alive yet, which is true. I mean, you ask a baby what he remembers from 1 minute to the next, it's nothing. They have, like, they have no recollection of life. It's like they barely know they exist, right? They are cute, though. So anyway... so I wrote, where do you go? Why? Overpopulated. And he goes, alright, let me see if I can find it over here, because it's more organized if I go on this side. Okay, hold on. Previously read. This is taking longer than I thought. Alright. So anyway, okay, here we go. That's my last comment. Let's go. 17 comments, and we'll start from the beginning. And blah, blah, blah. Okay, why? I already did that. They don't do any production. And I was like, if you want to go that way, blah, blah, blah. So then it was like, Dirty Paul commented, Tonyfamous, I would just make restrictions for how many children you could get. So I guess he was like not on board with the baby killing, right? Like in China. And not respecting them would be serious crime, possibly resulting in death penalty. So apparently he doesn't want to kill the babies, but he's okay with killing the parents if they make too many babies, and creating mass orphanage issues, or I don't know. Anyway, I would get rid of old people who need 24/7, but he is on board with killing old people, but only the ones that need 24/7 health care. So I guess he's not including, like, your grandma or your grandpa who can still get around and take you to the park and shit. Anyway, he's like, I just don't see why he would get rid of politicians and lawyers. I don't know why he's, like, trying to save the politicians and lawyers, but apparently he is. So I commented back. This is a ridiculous conversation, but I figured, I'll carry it on, right? Dirty Powell, they're useless. Only good for making useless rules, suing, and getting criminals off the hook, right? And I don't really expect people to just continue on with this stuff, but he's really into this, saving the politicians and whatever. So Dirty Powell says to me, poll, whatever. Says Tonyfamous, without politicians, the world would go nuts, right? They are pretty important, which I disagree. Not as important as farmers, though, which is off topic. You know, he went from, like, politics. I didn't even say kill up for farmers, but whatever. Lawyers are an important factor to freedom. Without lawyers having as much freedom as we have in the Western world would be impossible, which I disagree, because lawyers are constantly putting people in jail. Maybe guilty people, but still, that curtails freedom. And they're making a lot of rules. I hate rules. So anyway, so I commented back, I'll keep the farmers because they grow food, right? But I'm continuing on and, like, getting rid of lawyers. I'm going, lawyers and politicians could be useful, I guess, to the farmers because we can use them to make fertilizer. And I gave him, like, a winky smiley face, right? So I guess that would make them useful, right? But Dirty Purple did not give up. He's like, Tonyfamous, if you just get rid of all the criminals, he just like, get rid of the criminals, homeless, jobless, and older sick people who need constant help, you would be done. There would be no need to get rid of more. I think I would also get rid of a lot of Africans. I don't know what he's got about against Africa, right? Because he says Africa is already overpopulated, which I disagree. I think there's plenty of room in Africa. I don't think it's overpopulated at all. Anyway, he says they cannot produce enough food for everyone since the soil is bad compared to the soil in Europe and Northern America. I disagree. So anyway, I leave the Africans alone is what I say. So anyway, I'm continuing on. I'm like, sorry, I am very firm on this. Lawyers, politicians, old people, and babies. And I know, and I got a +1. Nobody's like pissing, like getting pissed off about like the babies, you know. So anyway, Dirty Powell, I don't know, Powell, Dirty Pole. Maybe it's Dirty Pole, like a penis or something. But anyway, Tonyfamous. But why? He said lawyers and politicians are pretty important. You can get rid of half of them, but not all of them. He's trying to compromise now and save some of the politicians and lawyers, right? But I'm having none of that, so I comment back. I say, I already said they're useless. I think it's much more... and here I'm just totally going off the end. It's like everything I'm saying is stupid, right? I think it's more important to keep unemployed and criminals, especially murderers, the unemployed, and basically I rationalize this. I say the unemployed would have new jobs, or where it was organizing the murders of politicians, lawyers, old people, and babies, and then the murderers can murder them. Problem solved. Smiley face, right? So we're still going, right? You know what? Oh, well, I'll just go in order. So he's like, Tonyfamous, or you could put them in gas chambers, in a gas chamber, like the Nazi did. He's like one Nazi with the Jews. I think this is a touchy subject, and again, I don't know. Is this guy kidding? Are we being ridiculous back and forth? I will continue on. So, or you could put them in a gas chamber like the Nazi did with the Jews. Much more effective than having people do it, right? So, I'm like, no, you know. No, actually, I had commented before that, and nobody went on this, but I did get a +1. Here I go, I think a more efficient and less, because he's talking about gas chambers, right? So I say, I think a more efficient and less controversial way to thin out the population would be to pay people to commit suicide, right? At first, the cost would be high, maybe millions, right? But with the way capitalism works, I'm bringing in capitalism, competition would eventually bring the price down, maybe thousands. And the reason capitalism would work and bring the price down is because once people started realizing that you were actually getting paid to commit suicide, they would put in bids. They'd go, well, wait, I'll kill myself for this much, and thank you, capitalism. We'd be saving money left and right and getting rid of those overpopulated people. Anyway, so he's like the gas chamber idea, and I'm like, no, dirty pole, whatever, no. I'm against using gas chambers, right? They take away jobs. I think it would be better for the economy if unemployed and criminals killed the lawyers, politicians, old people, and maybe I read that wrong. I said I think it would be better for the economy if unemployed. I'm trying to sound very rational as I'm writing this. I think it would be better for the economy if unemployed criminals. Wait a minute. I think it would be better for the economy if unemployed and criminals killed the lawyers, politicians, old people, and babies. There you go. I've stated my case, right? But then I did add. No, wait a minute. No, okay. So he commented back. Now we got the economy in this ridiculousness, right? So he's like, it's better for Tonyfamous. It's better for the economy to use gas chambers, right? And take out unemployed and criminals first. What? Instead of offering them the jobs to do it. The government would have to pay them anyway then. My solution is way cheaper for everyone. What solution? It's like, where's he going to submit this? Also, it would become very important to have lawyers, since most penalties would be the death penalty for a lot of crimes. What do you need lawyers for? If it's just a death penalty, this means they would have to be very certain before judging the accused. I thought we were just taking out people left and right. That's where the lawyers come in. Screw the lawyers. So anyway, I commented back, no. Paying criminals and unemployed to murder lawyers, politicians, old people and babies is better for the economy. Gas chambers don't buy food. Electronics, cars, houses act, because there's a lot of shit that you could list that people could buy, and I didn't want to go there. And I say criminals and the unemployed do. I mean, I'm kidding. All right. So anyway, I did get another comment back. This might be the last comment he was going to make. Tonyfamous, but they buy it with money. You give them instead. Instead, you could use those money to make better schools, roads, hospitals, and employ more people there. That would be much, much better for the economy and society as a whole. So here's where I finished up, and I don't know, maybe I'll comment back, but I'm getting tired of this. I wrote, that's where we differ. I don't want to give anyone money. I want them to earn it by killing useless politicians, lawyers, old people, and babies. When the politicians, lawyers, old people, and babies are gone, right? I'm like wiping them out. we can make new ones, especially babies. And I put in a smiley face, right? Because it's great to make babies. It involves sexual positions and the Kama Sutra, shit like that. I say, and I write, they are the most fun to make, not test tube babies, right? The have sex to make babies kind. And that's where we are. I mean, will this ridiculous conversation continue? I don't know.